Hey Gemini, Ali from Indigo Ascension. Welcome to your weekly quick read for the week beginning November November the 2nd through to the 8th. This week is very much the balancing week, okay? Mercury goes direct in Libra, which is amazing, yes. But use this week to take pause, to take time for self, to look at how much you have grown. We certainly have some major planetary movements again next week, okay? That will help us along this path. But the energy build up towards that rare blue moon, full moon in Taurus on the 31st was potent for release. Sure, that could have come out as reactions, arguments, that could have come out as tears, okay? So this week is very much the sigh that we experience after the cry. This is also that point where we go, oops, I probably shouldn't have said that because I reacted and I should have responded. Certainly we see it everywhere. Mercury Retrograde is going direct, and that's all great. But what if, and I've said this a few times, what if the only reason we struggle with Mercury Retrograde is because we haven't authentically been nurtured and shown how to communicate our truth? On many levels, in big ways and in little ways, we wear masks. So yet we struggle with the archetype of Mercury when it goes into retrograde, because it's all about remember how speaking truth has served you well ultimately, even if it hurt others, even if it caused massive change. Sometimes not speaking up, not speaking our truth, not even sometimes, all the time, it hurts us the most, okay? I want to look at some inspiration as far as energies you might be connecting into, as far as guidance, healing, transitions, okay? And then look at the tarot and see what that might be in relation to. This concept of freedom lays underneath the deck for you guys, okay? Duality, balance, the scales are here. We're in Scorpio season, okay? But even this Mercury retrograde, it retrograded through Scorpio and then comes direct in Libra, very much about going to the depths of our shadows, our ego, our fears, whatever the case may be, the stuff that is hidden in the dark that ultimately influences us, bringing that into light as it released through that full moon, coming into this beautiful balance and realization that we are an amazing mix of all that is within light and dark. Yeah, Gem. That's underneath all this, okay? Freedom from what? What do we want freedom from? Do we want freedom from the old? Do we want freedom from the confusion of what we did not see that was hidden in the dark about self? Do we want freedom to follow what feels like our light? Take it however it resonates. The symbolism that's coming through for you guys is very much has been about boundaries, and more importantly, the boundaries we place upon self, about what we should do, what isn't right, how this needs to go. Take it however it resonates. Truth has shown up for you guys, as well as the reflection card, okay? Powerful cards here, Gem. All right, the boundaries in which society has placed around us as far as rules, structures, that Saturn archetype. What do we want to bust out of? Does it need to be that difficult too? Look, he's gone and went on this massive effort and gotten a ladder so that he can do what he wants to do. He wants to climb out of these boundaries. But if you look underneath, there's a door that he can actually access. It was there all along. What was it as far as a truth, a wisdom, something you have deeply known that was there all along, okay? In a situation, a relationship, a challenge that ultimately made you feel confined. Watch how this continues to reveal itself. This energy lifts and freedom becomes more apparent as you balance what was complexing you, all right, under the light of the new moon that we have coming up next week, okay? This could certainly be truths revealing, where boundaries were crossed, okay? Speaking our truth, seeking refuge or inspiration outside of the realities and situations we're finding ourselves in. We could certainly apply that to practical situations, jobs, relationships, living conditions, the perceptions I choose to hold about any area of life, okay? Powerful reflection week for you guys, and that is certainly the message that I have for the collective, to use this time to really remember everything that was learned through the shadow work that we've been doing in the last 2 weeks. Even if you do feel alone, okay, I want you to know that the voice of wisdom has been calling to you, guys. See how there's another wolf in the background? It's recognized because they're kin, they're the same, okay? That sound has been what is guiding you, okay, despite the challenges, making the choices that you think you're probably even second guessing. You guys can tend to get lost in the overthinking space as well. I do want to say every choice that you've ever made, every decision, no matter how messy that might look as we bust out of boundaries, no matter how confronting when truth is revealed and expressed, okay, there is ultimately freedom there, because we are one step ever closer to our authentic experience of life. Alrighty, let's take a look. I'm going to put them back. This is about freedom for you guys. I'll see what the tarot wants to say as far as clarifying this, and see what realms this might be in relation to. Lots of, you know what, lots of holding back from communications. You've got 44 showing up. Page of Wands, 4 of Swords, and the 4 of Wands, okay? This is about communication in the home. This is about retracting from the way in which we used to communicate, a new way in which to communicate, going to the center of my wisdom once communication revealed a truth in this marriage, in the home, how it affects my home life. You're connecting to dragonfly energy in many ways. Dragonflies can see the 360 degree. There's a beautiful reflective opportunity this week to see past, present, future, this lifetime and all, about everything you've ever learned about authenticity, okay, and how the rules, boundaries and structures we place upon self and others ultimately keep us feeling like there's something hidden there that must be unpacked. I feel like I'm connecting to Geminis that are really have been looking for, I just want the reason why, okay? And we can get really lost in our head, okay, about all the time. See how the 3 of Swords are suspended. We can keep that heartbreak suspended as far as it being a guiding light in some way. It can influence decisions moving forward. It can continue to pollute our beliefs, our communication around whether it is safe to be self, if it's safe to connect authentically, if it's safe, you know, are my boundaries going to be honored? Take it however it resonates. There's something here about the wisdom the last 3 years has taught you. Yes, 3 or 4 years in this marriage, in the home environment, whatever your beliefs are around 4 of Wands energy, okay, which ultimately is the foundations that need to be put down that nourish and nurture you moving forward, the new foundations you're wanting to build. I'm not going to do love like that anymore. I'm not going to do the way in which I invest my energy like that anymore. I'm not going to do communication like that anymore. I'm not going to allow myself to feel restricted by boundaries. I'm not going to allow my boundaries to be crossed anymore. Take it however it resonates. I feel like there's something here working with this Master 44 energy where you are building a whole new constitutive self, Gemini. And it took this journey of going in. It took a review of communications. It took a review of the way in which I learned something the hard way, and the answer was here all along in that door, okay, through the door. There is another way. There is a whole new way that has made sense to you the whole time. I feel like it's been hidden, but it had to unpack, like even this guidance from higher self, take it however it resonates, it had to unpack and gestate at the perfect time-space sequence is what I'm feeling here, guys. Like I even feel like this story is yet to be told, okay? Like there's some more unpacking here. There's a couple of new areas in life that are promise of something to come, infant stages, okay? Could be in the realms of career. It could be practical ways in which to connect communicate, practical offers, practical news that is of a practical nature. Take it however it resonates. I feel like it could even be about moving out of this stage, moving into the next stage, literally moving house even to get away from an environment that was no longer serving you. So that's relevant for someone out there. Maybe children are involved, okay? And ultimately, I didn't want to cross boundaries, or boundaries had to be crossed because of the children, is what I do want to say. And there you are underneath the deck, okay? The Lover's card, Gemini, head and heart decisions, merging. There's something merging, something that has been slowly unpacking since June this year. In the realms of career, finances, marriage-like commitment, and karmic balancing had to happen. And I feel in very many ways it is still happening. I'm going to say this thing is a bigger story, and it takes you right through till next April. Is it going to take that long to experience freedom? No. But that's very much about what this has been. And I feel like there's this rest period, there's this pause period this week. Like I said earlier, like it is a suggestion for the rest of the collective to really unpack another layer here. Okay? Sorry, I actually feel like this has another installment, so I can see how this energy feels like it's suspense, but I hope you got something out of that, Gemini. I literally feel like I'm not meant to speak it because it hasn't yet activated, and it needs to activate within you first. It may reflect in next week's reading. Interesting, okay? Take what resonates always and leave the rest. If you wanted a personal reading, you can do so. You can have one by booking one through the shop link above, Gemini. All right, have a beautiful week. Until next time, take care.